Welcome to C Programming. This is Kumar Swamidapa from SRRS Government Polytechnic College, Sircilla. And today we are going to learn the structure of C program. So the learning outcome of today's session, after completion of this particular session, a student will able to know what is the structure of C program, and then what is meant by a documentation section, link section, and definition section, global declaration section, and the main function section, and subprogram section. So here all these sections are part of the C program structure. Okay, so along with the structure definition structure, we are also going to I am also going to explain some example programs. So example programs by including all these uh, sections of C program structure. Okay, so here the structure of C program includes all these. Some of these are mandatory and some are few are optional. Okay, so that's we are going to discuss in later slides. Okay, so coming to the structure of C program, here the structure of C programming language includes five things. One is command line, and second is preprocessor directives, and third one is global variable declaration, and fourth one is main function section, and fifth and last one is the user defined function. Okay, so all are not mandatory here. So few are mandatory and few are not mandatory to execute or to write the C program. Okay, so for example, every C program must contain at least one main function. So every C program, whatever you are writing, that code must contain the main function. So this is the mandatory function. Remaining all are optional one. Okay, remaining all are optional. Okay, depending on the compiler you are using, some are mandatory, some are not mandatory, but in every but in general scenario, this main function section is the only section, the compulsory mandatory section in every C program. Okay, so that's anyway, that's we are going to discuss in the main function section. Okay, so now so this is the basic structure. So all these are represented here in a pictorial representation. Okay, so every C program contains the documentation section, link section, definition section, and a global declaration section, main function, and a subprogram section. Okay, now first of all we are going to brief what are these sections. So I'm going to give some brief idea, then we are going to then in the later slides we are going to discuss in depth of these individual sections of C program structure. Okay, so here this first documentation section, it consisting of comments and some of the descriptions of the program, programmer name, any other useful points that can be referenced later. Okay, so in the documentation section we are going to give the description of the program. So what the program it is, so what exactly that particular C program is going to perform. Okay, and at the same time programmer name, name of the programmer who are writing that particular C program. Okay, and then other useful points like the date when the particular programmer is writing that code, and the machine name or a version of the program, etc. So such kind of details about that particular program are included in this description. Okay, so these description are included in the comment section. These descriptions are written in the comment section of this documentation section. So documentation section consisting of comments. That comments includes all these things. That comments include all these things, right? So are you getting the point? The first section of C program is the documentation section. It consisting of several comments. In those comments, we are going to write the programmer details, programmer name, and date and time of the program with written, and version of the program if available, and then some description about the program, like what is the main agenda or objective of that particular program, like this. Those information are available in the documentation section. Okay, now coming to the link section. So in the link section, it provides instruction to the compiler to link functions from the library function. Okay, so a C program may contain any number of functions. A C program contains any number of functions. Okay, so in this, some of the functions are user defined functions and some are predefined functions. Okay, some are user defined functions and some are predefined function. If you are using predefined function, then you must include the definition where that particular function is available. Okay, you must include the you must tell to the compiler where the definition of that particular function is available. Okay, so such information is available in this link section. Okay, so for example, you are trying to use some printf function. So that printf function is a predefined output function that is available in standard input output header file. So you must instruct the compiler to include that stdio.h standard input output header file. Okay, so like this, all the linking can be done at a link section. Okay, then the definition section, it consisting of symbolic constants. So like for example, in mathematics, we have pi. So pi is a constant value. The value of pi cannot change anywhere in the world. The value of pi is constant. So such kind of constant values are declared or defined in the definition section. Okay, so for example, in your program, if you want to use the value of pi, so at that time you must include you must include the pi definition, the pi symbol in the definition section. Okay, then the next one is the global declaration section. So generally this global declaration section consisting of function declaration and global variable declaration. Okay, so here global functions or global variable means global variables are nothing but the variables that can be used in many functions. Okay, so you can fully clearly understand in the respective discussion. Okay, so right now, so what you need to understand is global declaration section consisting of the function declarations, user defined function declarations, and as well as the global variable declarations. Okay, so they can be used anywhere in the program, in any function we can use. Okay, and coming to the main function section, so this is the main function section. Okay, so main followed by this opening and closed parenthesis, followed by opening curly brace and closed curly brace. In between opening and closed curly brace, we can have any number of program statements. Okay, So every C program must have a main function. Every C program must have a main function which is the starting point of the program execution. Okay, so every C program execution must starts from the main function only. Every C program execution must starts from the main function only, and every C program must have a main function. Every C program must have this main function. Okay, and then subprogram section. In the subprogram section, it contains several functions which are user defined functions. Okay, subprograms consisting of several functions, and those functions are user defined functions. Sorry, generally we are using these user defined functions to perform specific task. Okay, a particular task, if you want to perform a user, then that particular task can be done with the help of some function. So those are the user defined functions. Okay, and then now let us discuss in depth about all these sections individually. Okay, so first one is the documentation section. This documentation section is the part of the program where the programmer gives the details associated with the program. Okay, so generally it gives the name of the program and the details of the author who are writing the program. Okay, and other details like time of coding and description about that particular program. Okay, it gives anyone reading the code the overview of the code. Okay, this documentation section gives the, if anyone who are uh, not writing that particular program but they want to know what this particular program is, then that person can easily understand what is happening in that particular code by seeing the documentation section only. Why? Because this documentation section consisting of not only the author name and time and date of the program written, it also consisting of the objective of the program. So what task we are performing in that particular program. Okay, and how it is happening. So the description about that particular program can be written in the documentation section. Okay, and so here is a simple example. So here is a simple example. So it consisting of file name hello world.c and some author name Matan Nayak and some date 9/8/2019 and the description a program to display hello world, no input needed. So these are the some information related to a particular C program. Okay, and all these details are surrounded in between this forward slash followed by double star and star followed by forward slash. So this include this this is called starting of the comment and this is called ending of the comment. Okay, so we are writing the this documentation section in the comment line only. Okay, and so here one more thing that is actually forgotten here. This documentation section can be included in the program in two ways. One is uh, included with the help of these comment lines. Okay, comments, comments. Okay, these comments can be of two forms. One is single line comment and another is multi-line comment. Okay, single line comment means so every line of text is preceded with this slash slash. Two forward slashes means it is a single line of code, you can write anything in that particular line, so all are treated as comment. Multi-line means So this is the multi-line example. So forward slash followed by 2 stars. Then you can write any number of lines of code, and at last you must terminate that with this multi-line comment with star followed by forward slash. Okay. So in this way, if you if in your program, if you want to write a single line comment, then you can use this one, or you can also use this one, but this multi-line comment will be mainly useful to write more than one line of comments, more than one line of description about the program. Then you can use these multi-line comments. Anyway, these are discussed in further slides. Okay. Now coming to the link section. Okay, this link section is the part of the code is used to declare all the header files that will be used in the program. Okay, this link section consisting of all the header files, okay, that are used in the program are declared in this link section. Okay, this leads to the compiler being told to link the header files to the system libraries. Okay, so here is the examples: hash include stdio.h and hash include canaivo.h. So stdio.h and canaivo.h are the two header files generally or frequently we are using in the while writing the C program. Okay, so stdio.h stands for standard input output header file. Canaivo.h stands for console input output header file. Okay, so these are the header files we are regularly or frequently using while writing the C programs. Okay, so by including these by including these header files, so what's happening is we are going to we are telling the compiler that the library functions that we are using in the C program are going to available with the help of these header files. Okay, now coming to the definition section. In the definition section, I already told you in this section we define different constants. So the universal constant values are the constants values that which cannot be changed. So those are declared or defined in the definition section. Okay, so here we are using a keyword called define. So define is a keyword we are using to declare the constant values. Okay, so here is an example: hash define pi is equals to 3.14. So 3.14 is the constant value for phi. Okay, so if you want to define any kind of constants like this, so you can use hash define followed by constant name is equals to constant value. And one thing you need to remember is while writing the name of the constant, you must write the capital letters. So capital letters, the constant variable names are capital letters, caps only you need to write. So pi is pi, right? So pi value is 3.14. Okay, so you getting the point? In the definition section we can we are going to declare or define the constants. Okay, so while defining the constants, what you need to follow is the constant name must be must be in capital letters. Okay, and hash define is the keyword. Define is the keyword we are using to define the constants. Okay, and the next one is the global declaration section. In the global declaration section, it is the part of the code is that part where the global variables are declared. Okay, where the global variables are declared. So global declaration section is the part of the C program where we are defining the global variables. Okay, so all the global variables are used or declared in this part. Okay, so in your program, if you want to declare any number of global variables, all those global variables are must declared in the global declaration section only. Okay, and if you want to define any user defined functions, those user defined functions also must be declared or defined in the declared. Okay, sorry, there is a lot of difference between declared and defined that can be discussed in the later slides. Okay, so these user defined functions are declared in the global declaration section code section. Okay, so here float area of within the bracket float r. So this is a function declaration, and here int a is equals to 7. This is a variable declaration, global variable declaration. Okay, so in this way, in the global declaration section, you can declare any number of user defined functions. Okay, and any number of global variables. Here one thing, uh, global sections contain the user defined functions. User defined functions means these are the functions we are written by the user to perform a particular task. Okay, so here float area means, so here area is the function it is using to calculate the area of the particular region. Okay, area of a particular region, particular circle, etc. Okay, like this. Now next one is the main function section. In the main function section, every C program must have at least one function. Every C program must have at least one function. Okay, for example, if your C program is having only one function, if your C program, whatever you are written, is contains only one function, means that is the main function only. So every C program must contain at least one function. At least one means it contains either one or more than one function. If it contains one, that is obviously main function. If it is contained more than one of that function is main function. Okay, so next, every C program needs to have the main function. Okay, every C program must have the main function. Each main function consisting of two parts. Every C function consisting of two parts. One is the declaration part and another is the execution part. Okay, every C program main function must contains two sections. Must, so sorry, it's not must, it contains. Okay, declaration part and execution part. In the declaration part where all the variables are declared, sorry, C program main function consisting of two sections or two parts. One is the declaration part, another is the execution part. In the declaration part we are going to declare all the variables, okay, that we are using in our C program. Okay, so all the variables that are used in that particular program, whatever the program written by the user or programmer, uh, they can they can declare any number of variables. So those variables that are declared inside the main function are comes under declaration part. Okay, and coming to the execution part begins with the curly brackets and ends with the curly close bracket. Okay, execution part begins with the open curly brace and closed with the closing curly brace. Okay, so here, so this is the open curly brace and this is the closed curly brace, like this. Okay, it consists in between the opening and closed curly braces we may have any number of lines of code. Okay, lines of code that are executed by the C compiler. Okay, now both the declaration and execution parts are inside the curly braces. So both the declaration part and execution part that are inside the main function only. So inside the main function means the main function is surrounded with opening and closed curly braces. So that can be yes. Here is an example. So here is the into main is the main function. This function consisting of two parts. One is the declaration part and another is the execution part. Okay, so this is the execution part and this is the declaration part and this is the execution part. These declaration part and execution part are part of the uh, parts are inside the main function. These two parts are surrounded in between the opening and closing curly braces. Okay, so are you getting the point? Every C program must have at least one function. If your program is having only one function, then obviously that function is the main function. If your C program is having more than one function, means one of the function is main and remaining are the user defined function. Okay, user defined or predefined function. And inside the main function, whatever we are writing, they are surrounded in between the opening and closing of the curly braces. Okay, so in between the opening and closed curly braces, the entire lines are divided into again two sections or two parts. One is the declaration part, another is the execution part. In the declaration part, we are going to declare the global variables, and in the execution part we are going to execute several C program lines of code. Okay, now the last section that is included with the C program are user defined functions or subprogram section or user defined function. Here all the user defined functions are defined in this section of the program. All the user defined functions are we are calling it as subprogram section. So here is an example. Int add into a comma b into a comma into b and opening and close curly braces return of a plus b. So this is a simple user defined function to perform addition operation. Okay, so this is a simple C program function, user defined function. This user defined function we are using to perform the addition of two numbers. Okay, sorry. So here is an example of a C program. So this is a simple C program. So in this C program, I am trying to include all the sections of the all the sections that are included in the structure of C program. Okay. So here, so these are the multi-line comments, right? Multi-line comments. Okay. Sorry, one more star should be written here. Slash star star followed by any number of lines and at last star slash. Okay, so here in the documentation section, here I am writing aim of the particular code. This is the C program. Here we will find the area of a circle by using a global variable pi and holding the value of pi. Okay, and the next the file name is area of circle.c. Okay, so here C programs are saved with the help of some file name, and those file names are must have an extension .c dot c. Okay, so it may be any name followed by dot c means it is a C program. Okay, and it also includes the author name and the date of the program and the description of the program. So description of the program is a program to calculate area of circle. User enters the radius. Okay, so it is asking the user to enter the radius of the circle so that we can easily calculate the area of the circle. Okay, Are you getting the point? So in the declaration section, documentation section, it consisting of several information about the author and the program written date and time and etc. and some details about the program, what is the program it is. Okay. Then these are the link section. Okay, hash include stdio.h. Then this is the definition section. Hash define pi 3.14. Okay, and then this is the main function section. Main function section. In the main function section, what we have written is float r. So r is a variable of float type. Then printf, enter the radius n. Okay, then scanf, percentile f, ampersand of r, address of r. Then printf, the area is percentile f, comma pi star r. Okay, so generally the area of circle is pi r square, right? So pi r square. R square is nothing but r into r. So if you want to calculate the area, you need to multiply pi with r square, pi into r. So that is the area of the circle, right? So that is written here, pi into r, pi r square. So what is the value of pi? 3.14. What is the value of pi? 3.14. Okay, right? So with the help of this particular code, so what we are doing is we are trying to calculate the area of the circle. In order to calculate this area of the circle, we are asking the programmer or user of the computer to enter the radius of the circle. Okay, so based on the input of this radius value, we can calculate the area. Now here another example. So in the previous case, it consisting of documentation section, link section, definition section, and main function section. So it won't contain any global declaration section, right? And any subprogram section, right? So I'm trying to use those here. So this is the documentation section. It contains consisting of several information about the program, date of the program on which it is written, time, right? And then name of the author who are writing the program, and the file name. Okay, so aim of the program, objective or aim of the program. Okay, now this is the link section, and this is the definition section, and this is the global declaration section. So here float area of float r. So here area is the function name, area is the function name, and this area function is the global function. Why? Because it is declared at global declaration section above the main function. Whatever you have declared or defined, those are called simply global variables or global functions. Okay, and then into main float r. So r is a variable of float type or real type. Okay, then printf, enter the radius. So we are asking the user to enter the radius, and we are trying to read that radius. Then after reading the radius, we are trying to calculate the area. Okay, area of the given circle or area of some component, 2g, two dimensional graphic components. Okay, so here one thing you need to remember is this is the subprogram section. In the subprogram section, here in this particular program, what we are doing is we are calculating the area of the circle by receiving the radius of the circle. By receiving the radius, we can easily calculate the area. Okay, so for that purpose, what we have to do is we are writing a separate function to calculate the area of the particular component. Okay, so that can be done with the help of this subprogram section. Okay, so thank you. If you have any kind of query, just email to this kumarswami.dapa@gmail.com. Okay, and Now it's time to write a simple program. uh, it includes all the uh, sections of the C program structure. Okay, and let us try to write the C program that is already explained in the slide. Okay, right. So file, new. So I am going to write the new program. Here the blue color screen is appeared with more than half only. So press F5 to go display the full work area. Try to write the uh, code. Hash include canaio.h. Okay, float radius printf, enter radius. Okay, printf, enter radius of the circle. So whatever the input given by the user, that must be read with the help of this. Okay, so this is a simple C program. So in this C program, what we are doing is we are trying to read the radius of circle from the programmer. So after reading the radius of circle, we need to calculate the area, right? So for that purpose, printf area of circle is equals to percentage f address of, sorry, in the printf we won't use any ampersand address symbol. Okay, percentage f and area. So what is the formula for area? Pi r square, right? Pi r square. So what is the value of pi? 3.14. This 3.14 is a constant, right? So for that purpose, so after the link section we need to define the global section, right? Hash define pi 3.14. Okay, right, pi r square. So what is the value of r into r, right? So here, so try to compile the program with by pressing alt F9, right? So we are getting one error. So pi is defined as a capital Pi, right? Enter the radius of circle. For example, radius of circle is 5. Then the output will be area of the circle is 78.5 if the radius of circle is 5, right? So here in this program, so we are not writing any documentation section, right? So try to write the documentation section. Author DK Swami, date. Okay, try to write today's date. Next, aim of the program. So what is the aim of this particular program? Calculating the area of a circle, right? So calculating the area of circle is the program here we are trying to write, right? So here all these comments lines are written in single code, single line comment. If you want to write a multiple line comment, then you can write like this, right? So here you can write anything: author DK Swami, and aim of the program, calculate the area of circle, right? So date of the program, time of the program. So like in this way you can write any number of lines of text. All these texts are treated as constant comments. Why? Because these are surrounded with multiple line comments. So if you want to write say term, if instead of this multiple line, you can use single line like this. So every line must start with a slash slash, okay, followed by, in that particular line you can write anything. All are treated as comment, okay. So are you getting the point? And here in this particular program we are not written or we are not wrote the program by using user defined function, okay. So if I want to uh, if I want a user defined function, so that can be written with the help of some another program, okay. So hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h, okay, void main. So first is the documentation section, right? So in the documentation section we are going to write the details about the program, right? So aim of this program is calculate the area of a circle using user defined functions, okay. And author of this particular program is DK Swami, right? So version of this particular program 1.0, right? So like in this way you can write the documentation section, then link section, then declare definition section, definition section, right? So hash define pi 3.14, then you can declare the global variables, right? So like float area. Now area is a global variable. So in this way you can include the global functions, right? Not only the functions, right? Definition, declaration of the functions. So that can be done like this. So float radius, okay, r represent radius, right? Okay, let us assume. Then float area float. So here area is a user defined function. It receives a variable of a float type, okay, variable of float type, and at the same time after performing some operation it also returns a value, so that is also a float type, okay, right? So printf enter radius of circle scanf percentile f address of r. So r is a radius. Then printf, so I am trying to print the area of circle is equals to right. So close the, sorry, right. So here now I am compiling the program, so getting 0 errors, and executing the program. While executing the program I am getting one error, undefined symbol area float. Okay, sorry. So what happened, right? So here in our program, so this is the main function section, right? So after the main function section we must we need to write one user defined program section, so that is area, right? So it is receiving a variable of float type. Okay, so that variable is the radius, right? So that radius is some k. Okay, now so by receiving k is so this here area is the user defined function. It receives a value. That value is stored in k. So that is the radius. So after receiving the radius, so it must return the area of circle. So what is the area of circle? So pi r square, right? So we need pi value that is multiplied with the radius here. So pi is a value, constant value, so that is already defined here. Okay, now compile the program, execute the program. So now it is asking about the radius. So I am still, and now I am also giving 5 and getting 78.5. So here first 78.5 is the previous program output, and second is second under latest program what we have till now written. So for that particular program area of circle is 78.5. So you can use any one of these methods while writing the programs. Okay, so in this way you can practice the program. Okay, so thank you for your patience. Still if you have any kind of query, write ping a mail to kumarswamidardapa@gmail.com. Thank you.